What's up, everybody? I'm Tony G,
I'm ISeemBlack.
and we're Bullet to Nowhere, a hip hop group out of Miami, coming to you out of Miami, I should say. And today we're going to talk to you about what hip hop means to us and to our region. Iseem, you want to start?
Oh yeah, why not? Basically, the first thing I think of, the word that comes to mind when I hear hip hop, is emancipation, and basically the idea of being free and feeling free. And the reason why I say that is because to me, hip hop was always an escape from the world, whether it be writing or just listening to beats or listening to some of my favorite artists. That's what hip hop was to me. It truly is a getaway from the craziness that's going on and the noise that goes on in your head when life gets a little too hectic. So I'm just gonna narrow that down to emancipation.
For me personally, I feel like hip hop, it's a genre of music, for one. So I feel like, music is just like one of the top forms of expression. I think, to me personally, right up there with like actual like art, with actual drawing. And I feel like, even though it's lost some of its merit, especially in the most recent years, where it's kind of like it's like the thing to do is to rap. I think like the art of hip hop itself is such an artistic genre. There's literally so much you can rap about. Like I almost hate the fact that hip hop can be stereotyped into a money cash hoes type of genre, when there's really just so much, just a plethora of things you really talk about in hip hop, and it could reach people all over the world. As far as the region, like I said, well, we come from Miami, and Miami is kind of like they call it like the melting pot area. You have a lot of different. You have your Latin music, you have hip hop, you have dance, all kinds of things down here, and as far as the region, I feel like hip hop is kind of like, it's almost like an underground thing here. You know what I'm saying? Like we have our artists. It's not like yeah, and I think especially over the time, I don't think it's as appreciated down here as it used to be. It's like, yeah, you used to have Trick Daddy in the '90s, and Trina, and the whole Suicide Crew, Two Live Crew, and it's like it was almost like our regional heroes. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Luke, he's kind of like the mayor of Miami at one point, and you have Trick Daddy, who's kind of like he was kind of like just like really put on for Miami, and nowadays it's like Rick Ross is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have these artists from Florida that it's cool, but it's not as celebrated here because you have. I feel like I'm kind of ranting, but you kind of feel like you have Pitbull, who's kind of like a worldwide artist.
Chime in on this.
More so than just like a Miami artist. So it's kind of an underground feel. There's definitely an appreciation down here, for sure. But it's just like it's an underground vibe. There's a lot of upcoming, really great talent that just hasn't really reach that level, and you don't necessarily find that level of support like you would in other states, in other regions.
Yeah, to chime in on that, basically, as far as Miami goes with hip hop, there was always, you could say, one icon or figure in hip hop at any given time. So you had your Two Live Crew. Fast forward a little bit, you had Trick Daddy and Trina, and the slip and slide movement, and that was probably the next biggest thing for Miami since Two Live Crew, and then now you have really Rick Ross, and I'm just talking about the people that are known on as like they're stars, they're big stars, and then after that, that's it. You have so many local artists around here that don't get love, and they're so talented, more talented than a lot of people out there that just had the opportunity to make it. Not to throw water on anybody's fire or anything, nothing like that. It's just in terms of what's relative. Basically, I feel like as far as hip hop in Miami goes, it's hard because it gets overshadowed by the other lifestyles that go on here in Miami. Miami is known for the nightlife and partying, and hip hop does go along with that in many ways, but then when you have true artistry also that comes into it, as far as aspects other than partying, it sort of gets overshadowed because people here It's really about that nightlife around here, and so a lot of the culture around here is based around partying and just having fun. And so when you have things like true artistry and hip hop artists, not just rappers, people that dance. When you talk about the true four elements of hip hop, a lot of that gets overshadowed because a lot of things are somewhat on the surface when you go around different areas in Miami. And a lot of that's not going to be put on the map because everyone already knows Miami has been portrayed a certain way, and that's pretty much the way it's going to be for a while. And I think as far as hip hop in Miami, I'm going to say it's in some ways difficult in turn. But that's what makes it great at the same time because the ones that do make it, you can really see what they've put into it. I'm probably making this boring and turning into a lecture, but that's how I feel about it, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Basically, what he's saying is like for every Flo Rida, there's a Rick Ross, basically, and they're all Miami culture.
Yeah.
And that's it. So once again, we are
Bullets to Nowhere.
I am Tony G.
I'm ISeemBlack.
And this is what hip hop means to us.